Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So, if you've been feeling totally exhausted, just staring blankly at a timeline and grinding through endless manual cuts, well, the insights we're looking at today are going to completely shift your mindset. We're exploring how to finally transition from an overworked manual editor to an empowered AI director. Let's get into it.
Imagine this for a second. What if you literally only have 30 minutes a day to dedicate to your content? I mean, that's the reality for so many of us, right? Stretched thin creators, founders, small business owners. You really want to scale your output, and you know video is absolutely essential, but you have zero time to make it happen. The math just doesn't seem to work in your favor. And while that time crunch leads to this absolute heartbreak of a reality, a creator in our source material actually said this, and it hits the nail on the head for why so many talented people just give up. I'm editing 4 to 6 hours for a 2-minute video and nobody's watching. It is the ultimate recipe for severe burnout. Traditional editing is this massive bottleneck, and honestly, pouring half your day into a video that gets zero traction is just soul-crushing. But it really doesn't have to be your reality anymore. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our super quick roadmap for today's explainer. First, the content time trap, then short form versus long form. After that, the AI video tool stack, and finally, the AI editing workflow. Starting right off with section 1, the content time trap. Before we even think about throwing software tools into the mix, we've got to really understand the time dilemma. Doing this manually, you're looking at roughly 300 minutes. That is 5 solid hours of your life gone for just one short video. But with AI, we're talking 5 minutes. Letting the AI do the heavy lifting literally means getting hours of your life back every single day. Moving on to section 2, short form versus long form. Look, the format you choose totally dictates your workflow. On one hand, short form is your high traction engine. If you've only got that 30-minute window a day, this is exactly where you start. It's kind of the ultimate growth hack for a time-starved creator. On the other hand, you have long form. Now, this builds incredible trust and deep audience bonds, for sure, but it requires 2 to 3 extra hours a day for the scripting, filming, and deep dive explanations. Both are super valuable, but if you need results right now and time is tight, short form is your undisputed champion. Now, if you're on the fence about the power of a short-form strategy, you have to hear this incredible timeline from our source. Back in 2018, this creator actually quit manual editing entirely because of massive burnout, and that was despite having 550,000 followers. Crazy, right? Fast forward to today, they launch a brand new AI-driven short-form strategy, starting with just 900 followers on Instagram. Within 14 days, literally just 2 weeks and 2 videos, that audience exploded to 23,000 followers. To put that into perspective, it proves that leveraging AI for short-form content isn't just some nice theory. It yields explosive, practical results. Let's jump into section 3, the AI video tool stack. This brings us to a really crucial mindset shift. I want you to internalize this. Claude Code is the brain, but you are the director. You aren't giving up control to a machine here. You're simply transferring your creative ideas to Claude Code, which acts as the core brain of the whole operation. You provide the vision, Claude just executes all those tedious technical cuts. Let's demystify this whole ecosystem and look at the actual stack. First up is Claude Code, running about $20 a month. Like we just talked about, this is your central brain. Next, we have Whisper and FFmpeg. These are going to handle your transcripts and audio boosting, and honestly, the best part, they are completely open source and totally free. Finally, we have Higgsfield, coming in at roughly $7 per video. This is your absolute powerhouse for visual effects and AI models. Let's zoom in on Higgsfield for a second, because this is really the brawn of your setup. Higgsfield grants you access to some wildly advanced AI models. You've got Seedance 2.0, offering insanely high-quality photorealistic visual effects. Our source notes you can literally snap your fingers and have Seedance change your outfit into a Chanel suit, or dynamically alter your background while keeping the lighting perfectly natural. You also have awesome alternatives like Gemini OmniFesh, which does a stellar job at half the cost, right alongside heavy hitters like Sora and Google Veo. Which brings us to our final part, section 4, the AI editing workflow. We're going to turn what could easily be a chaotic tech ramble into a super actionable 4-step checklist. Step 1, install Anti-Gravity IDE. It's totally free, and it brilliantly lets you run multiple project terminals side by side to monitor your progress. Step 2, add the Claude Code extension inside that IDE. Step 3, connect your tools, like Higgsfield, using MCP, or Model Context Protocol. Just think of this as a universal translator that lets Claude talk seamlessly to your other software. And step 4, prompt, reference, and iterate. Now that fourth step, absolutely vital. AI rarely nails the perfect edit on the very first try. The real secret sauce here is iteration. To avoid those generic, boring AI styles, you want to download specific VFX skills from Higgsfield and feed them straight to Claude. Plus, give Claude very specific screen captures of editing styles or creators you already love. Actually, the source shared this hilarious example where Claude accidentally generated a weird Pokemon mascot instead of an octopus mascot. But by refining the prompt and giving it a specific image reference, the AI corrected it perfectly. You've got to guide it. Actually, if you're getting a little worried about the cost of all that back and forth prompting, I have a very reassuring fact for you. Claude uses session tokens, not extra paid credits. Since you're coding within a session on your existing plan, you can iterate, adjust, and tweak your video with Claude over and over without having a mini panic attack about racking up a massive bill. It literally gives you the freedom to experiment until your video is just perfect. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a brand new definition of a director. A modern creator who no longer cuts clips manually, but instead transfers their creative vision to an AI brain to execute technical tasks. You've officially been promoted. You are no longer the tired editor in the trenches. You are the visionary steering the whole ship. So that leaves us with one final question for you. Now that you have hours of your time back every single day, what ideas will you direct next? The technical barrier is entirely gone. If you're feeling stuck on what to create, the source highly recommends using tools like Sleep Studio's brand blueprint to map out your content pillars. But the bottom line here is this: the world is waiting for your ideas, and now you finally have the AI team to help you build them. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you create next.